would be like involved in anything. Like even though he's freaky, a freaky ass old man, right? It just would. I just don't even. I'm trying to figure out how.
I ain't swearing to nobody.
I believe him.
I'm not trying to like, make any excuses, but I'm just like, he would be that stupid to do it while he was president, or even after he was president, when he had the Monica Lewinsky situation and all of that. He would be on the island with a Wall Street person fucking on little girl. I just don't.
Yes, Brooklyn. Yes, he's that stupid.
Well,
he's that stupid.
Did you ever see that painting?
Yeah, but we're not doing Bill Clinton. We're on Epstein and.
Yeah, but real quick, Brooklyn.
Yeah, but it don't matter. We're talking about the sex thing, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but it matters. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you see the painting that Epstein had of Bill Clinton in the skirt, dressed up like a woman? Brooklyn?
Wait, did you see?
What does that mean?
No,
though?
hold on. Who does that sound like? Hold on. Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture? I just want to know, did you see it? Because I know what I read in the newspaper, and it says, according to people who saw the picture, meaning the reporter didn't even see it. So did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw it.
Where is it? Show it to me. Pull the PTR. Source up.
Click on the link in the chat that I put in there, and you can see the picture.
Yeah. Okay, so did Bill Clinton take the picture?
No. Epstein.
Right?
It's a painting.
What the fuck doing? Okay.
Epstein acquired the picture from an amateur artist.
That drew a picture that Bill Clinton.
He had a picture, and it was another picture too. I can't remember what the other picture was of, but it was another picture that she did these two pieces, and it was like this protest art. This person's she's like an art student, and Epstein bought the picture.
Mm-hmm. And so she was just a random ass person.
Yes.
That just thought it would be funny to.
Yeah, it was part of a project. I can't remember the exact details.
That's what we're relying on? That's the evidence? Like, come on, y'all.
Oh, no. That's not what I'm relying on. I'm just asking if you saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
no, because I don't think nobody saw it. I didn't see it. I definitely didn't see it. I heard about it, but
I just told you if you want to see it.
I don't understand.
It's in the chat.
But I don't understand what that would mean. Like, what would be the point of it? Like, somebody made a funny. That's like that's like somebody made a fucking painting a funny. Wow.
Yeah, but you know these are homophobes. MAGA is full of homophobes. So that the Clinton address, you know what I mean, is par for the course for, more character assassination.
So, I don't think Clinton had an issue with him having a fucking big-ass painting of him with his legs crossed in a dress, in a skirt with lipstick on?
I don't know. What did he say about the picture?
Oh, my God.
No, I mean, he may have had an issue. He may have had an issue, which is part of the reason why Epstein bought the photo. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they play around like that. So Epstein could have done it out of being vindictive to Clinton.
Yeah.
They could have done it as a joke, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the existence of it, like, ultimately, it doesn't mean much. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's no history of Clinton cross-dressing or anything. Nothing.
And it certainly doesn't point to him fucking on little girls neither.
Right.
Like, I just don't. I mean, certain things just don't make sense, and that just don't make no fucking sense. And you can't say that because Epstein had a painting of it. It make the fact that he had that painting of Clinton make it all the more make it where it doesn't make any more sense. Because why would Clinton fuck with somebody that got a painting like that of him? Like, seriously. You understand? Like, I just.
And Epstein was an asshole. Epstein was a known asshole. I mean, he did a whole bunch of stuff.
And the painting was making fun Bill Clinton and the whole Monica Lewinsky thing and the gender bending and all of that. So, I mean, yeah, I just think people be doing too much with the painting. I mean, it was an art student's project.
Y'all funny, man. Sure.
And when he bought the painting, I think it was like $1,000 he paid for it. I mean, it's not like it's
it doesn't make any sense.
But here's the thing, Haitian,
Yeah.
what do you think that it means?
I don't give a fuck what it means, but at the end of the day, Bill Clinton to me is just as suspect as anyone else. That's all I'm saying. Bill Clinton is not some fucking angel. So that's it. I'm not gonna make any. Hold on. I'm not gonna make any excuses for Clinton. Clinton's a piece of shit like the rest of them.
But I didn't say that he was.
Hold on.
I didn't say you did.
Wait, hold on. So we can, even though we can have critiques of Clinton, but Clinton, so the stuff that we know about Clinton, right, is he's like a philanderer, right? We know about that. But there has never been any accusation that I recall that has anything to do with any children. Like, so that's why I'm just trying to understand what connection you're making between Epstein, Bill Clinton, and this painting.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that when it comes to Clinton, because Clinton also got motherfuckers that were over there child trafficking in Haiti released. So let's really not go down the Clinton road.
Okay, no. I mean, I just wanted you to make the connection. Okay, so you're basically saying there's a loose connection around this whole Clinton and Epstein thing because Clinton pardoned or got some human trafficking charges swept away in Haiti.
I'm saying that they're all pieces of shit, and Clinton is the devil like fucking Epstein. That's what I'm basically saying.
But come on, Haitian, we got to be a little bit more precise than that, right? Like, I mean, like. We just got to be a little bit more precise than that. And in case in point, right? Because when I saw Chris Tucker's name, right? And it's so funny because I had, I'm trying to think, Chris Tucker, he came to my city last year. And he was talking about, I don't know if you've ever been to his show or any of y'all, but he just tours around. So his tour consists of telling all stories about his life, like his work with Jackie Chan, and so on and so forth. One of his stories is he imitates Bill Clinton, but one of his stories is about going to Africa with Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm. So when I saw Chris's name, and they were like, Chris Tucker's name is on the Epstein list, and he's on the flight logs, et cetera, and then I looked, and it was like, then it came out that Clinton used one of Epstein's planes to go to Africa. I knew that... I mean, if you know anything about Chris Tucker, you there's never been any, accusations about him messing with children or anything like that. He's actually very square. But I knew that part had to be, that part was likely true because he told the story about flying to Africa with Bill Clinton. And then he told that whole story. So just because somebody is listed on a flight log doesn't mean that, it doesn't automatically mean that they're a pedophile.
Yeah,
right? So that's all. I mean,
with that, but let's just keep it a buck. Clinton's a piece of shit. Just like the how many females did he have illegitimate kids possibly with? Like, come on, like Clinton's a piece of shit. At the end of the day, to me, anyone on the left, if they hear that, should just say, okay, well, if Clinton is part of it, lock him up. Not like, well, why do you think Clinton's this? Why do you think Clinton's that? Clinton's a piece of shit.
Well, no, because that with the painting. That's why. The reason why we're having this conversation is because you suggested that the painting meant something, and we were trying to understand. But I hear you because I do fully believe that Clinton has so-called illegitimate children out there. No question about it.
That's fine. I don't see how that still is. Like, those are two different
things. Yeah,
they're so far away from each other on the spectrum that I don't see how you can just take whatever you know about him and then match it up with what Trump's saying. because it don't make no sense. It don't. Like, yes, they said that Clinton also wrote him a birthday letter, but it was so boring. It wasn't really nothing to write home about. But what Trump wrote him was very interesting with the picture that he drew. Like, these people know each other, of course, but I don't think that Clinton would be that dumb. I just don't.
Why?
As a former president, he was a former president at the time. With him already being involved in a scandal as such, if he does anything, I'm sure that he would be way more careful to do it with a nigga like Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying, like, I don't see it, but it's possible. I'm not saying that it's not, but it doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. And did y'all know that Clinton is younger than fucking Trump? That shit is crazy. How is that possible? Well, go ahead. Y'all go ahead on.
Yeah, I mean, the MAGAs, they're going to do everything they can to deflect, to lie, to make it about Clinton and Obama. I mean, you know, we gotta separate some stuff. I mean, if there's evidence, you know, there's evidence, but there's no evidence when it comes to some of these people being pedophiles. But there's a ton of evidence when it comes to Trump and his bullshit. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people are not, you know, but that they don't rock with Clinton. I mean, you know, we can run down the list, but pedophilia is actually not one of them.
So, Trump yesterday was overheard in the office that somebody had brought up once again. They're not going to let this man live because they're going to keep on hammering him. But he was overheard yesterday in the Oval Office when somebody brought up, when Republicans, I guess he was having some type of meeting with somebody, and brought up the fact that, you know, wanted him to comment on what was going on with this whole Justine thing. And he said, I'm sick and tired of this, and they're going to fuck me over anyway. So that was him yesterday in the office. This is obviously getting to him, and which is shit. If he would have been honest in the first place, we wouldn't be here. So, but he couldn't. It's hilarious to think that he could. He's going to have to keep lying. And then he says he wasn't there. Okay, oh God, there's an article. Okay, so he was hoping that he was on the list, but he's clear that he is on this list for some reason, and you guys saying there's other reasons than him going to the island. Okay, that's fair, but you know, everything didn't happen on the island when it comes to the raping of young girls.
Yeah, and it makes more sense, Lisa, for Trump to spend most of his time with Epstein and the girls right there in New York at the mansion.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
My bad.
No, you good. I was gonna say yes. So majority of this stuff, the shit that happened, that went down between him and Epstein and the girls, happened in Manhattan, right there in Manhattan. He didn't have to go too far, and in Florida, because they had a lot going on in Florida too as well, from my understanding.
Look at all the modeling agencies. They're all interlinked. So Trump had his own modeling agency. The Casablanca guy had his own modeling agency. I think Ivanka was signed to Casablanca. I think he was charged or sued for either was inappropriate or or something. I know the Casablanca guy was charged. And then another one of their pals who had a spinoff agency, he took his own life in prison. He was charged, and he did suicide as well. So Trump was all caught up with all of those. All of his buddies all had these modeling agencies, and all of them either had allegations or were charged with, either sexually abusing women or trafficking, or all of them. So I just say where there's smoke, there's fire. There's lots of video with him yucking it up with Epstein. He was at his wedding. I mean, the connections are much closer than anyone else that we have seen.
It's so close, like the what is it? 5 degrees of separation is mad in this in this story, this Epstein story from the what's his name, Cohen, the Roy Cohen guy that y'all was talking about the other day, to somebody that was on his former administration, to his lawyers. Like, they are so connected, like, it's ridiculous. And if one did it and they all kind of do the same thing, like Trump was a beauty pageant, he invested in beauty pageants. That is a sex trafficking fucking dream. What are we talking about?
But
Even
the
the model
part
agency.
is the young girl sex trafficking, the young girl beauty pageant. Why would you be interested in having a beauty pageant for teenagers, which really caught me off guard?
Right.
And you back taking a personal tour while they changing their clothes, and from the gowns to the swimsuits. 15-year-old girl said he came back there and repeat this again. Came back there. I'm gonna try to find her clip. Came back to the back and she was changing into her bathing suit. And here comes Trump going through this teen pageant with these girls back there naked. So yeah, he's a great guy.
One day, Lisa, do a deep dive on the modeling agencies. That's how they got a lot of these girls. They came to New York with a promise of wanting to be a model, or promise them that they can get them gigs or what have you. And then they would have them go to these parties and what have you. And they were young, 14, 15, 13. Haitian, when you have time, Lisa, you gotta listen to that clip with Uncle Luke from Two Live Crew. And he did that interview years ago, before any of the stuff broke. So, I mean, I don't think, yeah, I'll put it in there again.
Okay.
Very interesting. Let me see if I can put it in there again.
What did he say, Lavon?
Yeah, I knew that was you.
Lavon, what did he say?
He said Trump invited him to a party he was having at in Palm Beach. I think he said also Eddie Murphy and somebody else was there. Let me try to find it. It's in the chat. You might have to look up for my name, but let me see if I can put it again. He said he went there. They didn't have any music, no DJ. There were a lot of women and girls there. He said they seemed to be young. There was some drugs, but young girls peeking around. People were doing stuff, and he was like, "Let me get the F out of here because I don't want to be." He didn't use the word blackmail, but he said he didn't want to be getting caught up with anything like that and come back to him. Let me see if I can find it again. So, Luther Campbell, that's from Two Live Crew. Uncle Luke is down there in Miami.
I remember Two Live.
And he gave this interview, like,
He's in my yard, by the way.
what's that?
He's from my country, by the way.
Oh, Luther Campbell?
Yeah.
Oh. So you not pop that coochie?
Nah, he's not Jamaican, Dad. He's Bahamian.
He baby, yeah. So that was like, no.
He's a yardie.
Pop that thing, baby. Pop that thing, baby. Pop that thing. Pop that thing, baby. I wanna rock.
305 music. That's that 305. Let's see if I can find it.
This is so inappropriate. Oh my God.
Okay, I found it.
That's what I'm saying, Brooklyn.
That's what you were I said you were speaking, Dr. A.G. That's what I said.
Think about the context here, people.
Oh.
Hey,
Dr.
man,
I was in your mind. Listen, I was in Dr. A.G. mind. I was like, I know she like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, so I had to say it.
What about that song? Come and ride the chain.
Okay, now.
Okay.
We don't need your age. Thank you.
Okay, so what happened to Michael? He was supposed to go over the that case file with Lisa Bloom? He's out?
No, I'm
Michael's
still
right
here.
there.
It's
Okay, Michael,
yeah, it's
you ready?
been a whole bunch of conversation. You were gonna play a clip.
I
And
know.
I'm in Starbucks, so yeah, but yeah, you're fine.
Okay, no. Sorry. Okay,
I put it in the
what
chat.
did you say, Lavon?
I put the clip in the chat. I'm
What clip is in the chat?
Yeah, don't
It
let
starts
me,
at
don't make me
6:45.
curse you out, please.
Oh, wait, what
Thank you.
clip is in the chat?
There, Uncle Luke. It starts at 6:45.
What is that about?
That's him talking about what he saw at the party Trump invited him.
Okay, go ahead, and then we're going to get on this thing with Michael because we want to get into this case before it gets too late.
All right, and also Michael, I don't think you thought we peeped that. We doing Starbucks at this late, bro. Let's see.
Michael's studying.
Donald Trump.
Started at 6:45, Haitian.
Yeah, minutes ago.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. I hope everybody's having Rob and Kyle. We went there to, oh boy, have what I think is a much bigger, and they were able to dig up this old interview with a celebrity, with a well-known rapper, who talks about going to a Trump party in the early 90s. And what happens from there is absolutely astonishing. This story should not just be on Midas Touch. This shit should be all over MSNBC. It should be all over CNN. If Fox News had even a thread of a conscience, it should be over there. Of course, it won't be. But this is wild what you're about to hear. Listen to this.
An old interview with someone who attended a Donald Trump party in the early 1990s has emerged. One of Donald Trump's celebrity friends at that time, his name is Luther Campbell. You may know him as the rap moniker Uncle Luke. He was part of the band Two Live Crew. And he did an interview with SiriusXM about 10 years ago on a show called Make It Plain with Mark Thompson. And during this interview, Luther Campbell, aka Uncle Luke, talks about how in the early 1990s, he was at Donald Trump's house in Palm Beach, and he left this party when he saw people there who he thought were underage girls. He described the scene as looking like it was from Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Campbell. He said he saw drug use and he had to just get out. Let's take a look at this interview. Here's Uncle Luke in his own words on Make It Plain. Let's play the clip.
If the man took us around the house, okay, he said, look, I got all these women. I got these women from the pageant. They're going to be there. So we went. He was like, hey, man, I got a pageant down here. I'm hosting these women in the house, okay, up in Palm Beach. They sent some cars to pick us up. We get in the cars. We drive up there. Me, Mike, Eddie Murphy, we all in our own individual cars. Car service drove us up there. We got there. He showed us around the house. Told us about this mansion, the history behind it and all that. Just the golf course. It was dark. We couldn't see the golf course and things like that. And then, before you know it, hey, man, y'all enjoy yourself. We got cocktails and everything. And before you know it, the rooms and everything start popping. There wasn't no DJ. It was more of hey, get in when you fit in. Whatever room you're going to go in, you go into that room.
So you say no DJ? There was no music? Or the music was
there wasn't no music.
No music.
That was the interesting part about it. There wasn't no music.
So women just naked in rooms with no music?
Hey, people walk around. It wasn't, listen, it wasn't nothing wrong with that. I was happy to be at that party, but then at the end of the day, when I started looking at so many girls' faces, I was like, man, these girls don't look like they're old enough.
So do you understand what they're saying here? He's saying, I went to this Trump party, and after a pageant, he had a lot of these girls go to this party. They were underage. There was sex. And this was all happening out in the open. And remember, Trump ran this modeling agency. Trump ran this Miss Teen event. Trump ran Miss Universe, I believe it was, for a while. There's stories about him walking in on these girls while they're getting dressed and them being fucking mortified at that fact. Like, what are you doing? But he owned the pageant, so he felt like I could do whatever the fuck I want, right? Here we have validation. Underage sex parties, underage orgy parties at Trump properties. I don't know why this isn't a bigger story.
I didn't ask nobody their age. And then all the other stuff going on. It was like, okay, I can't be up there. I got to go. If I'm going to jail, then somebody's going to exploit me. I really, I don't do drugs. Never did it in my life. I smoked marijuana 2 times in high school, and I didn't like the experience as far as drugs. I may have sold drugs. I never liked the people who I sold them to when I was young because I thought they were stupid for buying it. So I never cared to indulge in it. So when I do see people doing it, if I'm around it, I get away from it. Put it that way.
And here, Uncle Luke again talks about showing up. He was there with Mike Tyson. He was there with other celebrities, and he talks about how the girls there were so young, he didn't want to be around it. He thought that he could also be extorted if he was there. Listen to him in his own words again, talking about the event. Let's play it.
Let me tell you, the thing is, when you're around, I've been around a lot of models and a lot of these pageant women, because that's what mostly was. It was mostly pageant women. And a lot of these women ain't of age. So when you got a whole bunch of these women running around, whether they of age or not, there's a lot of things going on. You just, some women look too young. So you keep it moving. So it wasn't nobody beating no women, nobody taking advantage of no women. I mean, they were all enjoying themselves. That's what they were there for. But were they old enough to be enjoying themselves? I don't know.
Was there sex?
Of course there was.
I guess that's a stupid question not to ask. Okay, so I think I got you now. You're saying that all this was going on and you weren't clear as to whether these were adults.
I wasn't clear whether or not they were adults, and I wasn't clear whether or not, whether I wanted to be in that kind of environment where some of these other things that was going on in there. I ain't gonna too much elaborate about everything else that was going on outside of the sexual act. But
my brother, we love for you too. We love for you too. That's why we on Sirius XM. Because we can open it up. We on Sirius XM. We can bust it wide open right here.
The drugs and the alcohol and the sex and all that. But I ain't gonna talk about the drugs and the alcohol and the sex.
But now you did say that if you were on XM, you could talk about it. So that's why we're here, man. I mean, people inquiring minds want to know.
I said I would use the profanity and all that there. And talk about, naked people and all that. But then the drug part, I don't want to talk about that part of it.
Jesus Christ, bro. So here's the thing. I mean, now this is, I lost count of all the evidence we have. I mean, you can go back and watch that video that we did. It was titled something like "Exposed Trump is how Trump is in the Epstein files." I don't remember the fucking title, but you guys go find it. I did a video which is basically like, proof Trump is in the Epstein files, right? And go watch that. We got a whole bunch of evidence that indicates that of course he's in the Epstein files there. But even since I did that video, I've been hit with story after story and new revealed fact after new revealed fact. And I'm looking at this thing going, this goes way deeper than even I thought, bro. I mean, my mind was blown when I saw that this motherfucker, he was 40-something, 50-something years old, and he owned a modeling agency where he was handling girls as young as 13 and 14 years old, and they were scantily clad in front of him. And then he got that story that was, what was it, the Daily News, I believe it was, New York Daily News. Talked about the underage women at the sex parties at the Trump hotels, and he participated in that. That was on the record in 2015, 2016. And now it's all coming to light. Why? Because Trump made it very clear with his actions that he literally was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He was a client of Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein has tremendous dirt on him. And so now people's antennas are tuned to that, and they're going, oh shit, what the fuck else is this man hiding? What is he hiding? How dark is this? Was he involved in international human sex trafficking? Is that what this modeling agency front group was? Why were you friends with so many prolific pedophiles? Right? Like, what is this? And here's a super important point. I really hope the conservatives are listening to this because this is really important. Us for so fucking long, particularly when it comes to Hollywood. Hollywood is they're satanic elites who think that they play by different rules and they get away with all these criminal things because they view themselves as above the rest of us. This is what you guys tell us. This is what you've been saying for a hot minute. Well, now we have a story. Well, here it is. Here it is. Donald Trump in these pageants, underage sex parties, casually inviting other celebrities to it, playing by different rules, getting away with. There's 27 different accusations of sexual harassment and sexual assault against this man, and a lot of the women have shockingly similar stories. Shocking. He had to pay out millions of dollars over one of the cases, the E. Jean Carroll case, for example. Here it is, the thing that you said you were worried about, the satanic Hollywood elites who play by different rules and think they can get away with it and think that they're special.